welcome. And the first item on the agenda is to approve the minutes from the August 13th, 2024 meeting. Unless there are changes or corrections, is there a motion that we approve the minutes?
I'll make that in the form of a motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Motion having properly moved and seconded. All those in favor so signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, the next item on the agenda is a request from the county commissioners to set the salary of the 911 coordinator at our 911 offices at $51,500 a year to be effective September 6, 2024. Is there a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Motion having properly moved and seconded. All those in favor so signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Next item, we do have a request from Brian Spencer, the Prothonotary, to set the deputy Prothonotary salary at $37,500 a year, effective September 9th, 2024. Brian, did you wish to address the board?
I think my former deputy made $39,000. Looked like the incoming deputies were making about 35. Carrie will celebrate her 5th year of service to the county September 23rd. Carrie's very knowledgeable about the office. She is currently learning new things about the clerk's office because in case I'm not available, she'll have to make some decisions. But I think that $37,500 is a very reasonable salary to start her out at, and I'd like to make that motion.
All right. Is it, prior to your, if you don't mind, if you could hold your motion for a second, is there discussion on the part of the board?
Well, I just worry, we kind of have this set up so that incoming deputies are kind of at a certain level, and I think we should keep it at 35.5, but that's just me.
Okay. Any other comments?
The other incoming deputies, have they, some of them also been internal county employees elevated to a deputy position?
At least one.
Yeah, at least one. That's my understanding too.
With a comparable level of,
I believe. Yeah.
okay, I don't know the exact timelines there.
Yeah. Well, Brian, do you wish to go ahead and make your motion?
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Motion having properly moved and seconded that the deputy Prothonotary salary be set at $37,500 a year to be effective September 9th, 2024, having been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor so signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Aye.
Aye. I'd like to keep that at the 35, keep a parity across these,
As far as deputies?
as far as the deputies
row
in the
officer
row
salaries.
offices.
Okay. Is there a motion then to that effect, that the salary be set at $35,500 effective that same date?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, thank you. All those in favor of that same motion so signify by stating aye.
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 Those opposed?
Aye.
Okay, thank you, Brian. All righty, thank you. Brian, you are welcome to stay, but I know you're a busy fellow, so you certainly don't have to. All right, next item, we have a request from the commissioners to collapse the vacant full-time district justice secretary position at Magistrate Morris's office, effective September 10th, 2024. I don't see Magistrate Morris or anyone from the courts here. Is there a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
And second.
Thank you. Motion having properly moved and seconded. All those in favor so signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, last formal item of business then is a request from the commissioners to create a part-time district justice secretary position at Magistrate Morris's office effective September 10th, 2024. Is there a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Thank
And
you.
second.
Thank you. And it is, I believe it is my understanding too, that the hiring would be done by President Judge Ammerman, correct?
Well, that's up to them.
Okay.
That-
That's not really our concern.
That
Yep.
is,
You're
that
right, that
is,
is
we'll
not.
leave that to the courts.
All right. Motion having probably moved and seconded, all those in favor so signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you. I have nothing else unless there is something for the good of the order by the board.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you, second.
Seconded?
Thank you. Motion having probably moved and seconded, all those in favor so signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Aye. I will then now turn the regular county commissioners meeting over to Commissioner Glass.
Oh, thanks. Let's see here, we already did the pledge, so we'll dispense with that. The first item of business is to approve the minutes from August 27th.
I will move that we approve the minutes from a previous meeting of August 27th.
And I will second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Bills, Rob.
Alrighty, general fund, $1,341,196.09. Liquid fuels, $4,110.26. Hazmat, $265.64. 911, $7,414.84. CDBG, $414,041.41. And I will note, the majority of that is the state deposited money for another grant into CDBG's checking account, so it was just to transfer it to the correct account. Domestic relations, $2,517.41, and CYS, $60,914.76, for a total of $1,830,460.41.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir. Is there a motion to approve the bills as presented?
I'll make a motion, we approve the bills as presented by Controller Edwards.
I will second that.
All those in favor?
Aye. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Rob.
Alrighty. Personnel issues, we have one new hire, a conference officer and DRO effective 9/4. We have a separation caseworker and COS effective 9/9, 3 transfers. The QA specialist in 911 to 911 coordinator effective 9/5. Full-time correction officer to part-time effective 9/15, and a part-time correction officer to full-time effective 9/9. Nothing under FMLA. Is there a motion to approve those?
I'll make a motion to approve personnel hires and separations and transfers as presented.
I will second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Public comment, is there anybody here for public comment? Hearing and seeing none, we'll move on. Nothing under old business. Under new business, item 1 is to proclaim September as Suicide Prevention Month in conjunction with the Clearfield Jefferson Veteran Suicide Prevention Initiative. We did speak on this a little bit at our last meeting, so did you guys want to say anything about it?
I mean, I can say what I said last time, if you like, we just
No, you-
decided to come just to.
Okay,
show
you
face.
you certainly don't have to. I
Okay.
mean, we appreciate you coming, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, but,
No, I believe you read the
yeah,
proclamation
we read it in last time,
at our
so,
work session.
Yep, so I'll entertain a motion
I will
to-
make a motion to proclaim September as Suicide Prevention Month in conjunction with the Clearfield Jefferson Veteran Suicide Prevention Initiative.
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
And certainly, we very much appreciate how important it is to bring awareness to this and try to reduce the suicide in our society, especially in our communities. So, thank you
Thank you.
very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, item 2, consider child welfare information system data sharing agreement.
This is a standard agreement. We do this on an annual basis as part of our agreement with the Department of Human Services. This is just a reporting software system that almost all counties use and how we'll protect our data. This agreement is October 1st of 2024 through September 30th of next year.
Okay,
And there's no financial commitment or anything along those lines.
all right. Is there a motion to approve the agreement?
So moved.
And second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, we have several purchase of service agreements. It looks like the Lair and Counseling Associates, Adelphi Village, and Catherine Surbeck, PhD. Are those all upstairs agreements?
Those are all CYS agreements. Adelphi, they are typically through JPO is a placement facility for them. CYS does use them occasionally. And then Catherine Surbeck, she is a PhD. She helps victims of sexual abuse and also does psychosexual evaluation, so that's kind of an overlap between CYS and JPO as well. Those are all vendors that we've worked with in the past, and those are our agreements.
There are no significant changes to the agreements?
No,
So you're good with us doing them all?
you can do all of them.
Okay, so is there a motion to approve all three agreements as presented?
Yes, so moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye?
Alright. And now, after a delay to get everything lined up, we have Dave McClure here to talk about a right of entry agreement and a tower site sublease agreement with Verizon.
First one, just requesting you guys approve and sign. It's a right of entry agreement that just gives Verizon access to the site of our Coldport Tower. They wanna put cell phone service on it. They won't go on the site themselves until we have the agreement signed. They go between the smart one, she does all the negotiating for them and stuff. Everything's agreed upon. They just need the signature. This just gives them access to go to the site.
Yes, that's correct. And I reviewed that, Dave and I've sat down with this agreement and the next one I think we're gonna talk about to make sure that we're just doing what needs to be done to facilitate this. We sublease the land and then are subleasing it again with Verizon for the cell phone tower.
Well, let's discuss five and then we'll vote on them both. That way, if there's a problem with five, I'd hate to vote on four, you know. So, can you tell us a little bit about the sublease agreement?
The sublease agreement's just for Verizon to put cell phone service on our tower. Heather and I worked through the agreement. It is verbally agreed upon. I have an email that Verizon did agree to it. They won't sign it till this one's signed. That's why we have it.
Of course.
But we both sides have agreed to everything, and like I said, I do have an email that it is agreed on. It's just for them to put cell phone service on our
So
tower.
this is standard sublease, they're just leasing tower space.
Yes, they're gonna actually make some improvements. We needed to get up there and clean that site up a little bit, but I put in the agreement, they agreed to it, they're gonna clean the site up. They're actually gonna extend the fencing around the site and put a small building in there for themselves,
Okay.
so it doesn't interfere with anything.
So this arrangement is advantageous to everyone.
Yes, it'll give, everybody in that area access to T-Mobile, who's already on our tower, and Verizon, so there will be two services down there. Benefits the county, obviously. The price we worked at, the county receives 75% of that, the landowner receives 25% of the revenue.
They've gotta be ecstatic down there because that's gonna open up Coldport to the world. I mean,
Yeah.
that's been a problem for,
Yeah, and I have.
Oh, at
T-Mobile
least
the time I've been down
the
there,
entire
it works
time.
really well, yeah.
yeah, the entire time I've been a
Yeah,
commissioner, that's been
there-
a problem with no cell service.
There's
And
definitely
when
been,
we built that tower in 2007, we tried to get Verizon on there numerous times.
I do
and this
remember
time
that.
They came looking for us.
okay,
Yeah.
well, good, that will fix a decided deficit in cell phone service in the southern part of the county.
Since I know he's probably gonna ask, what is the rate?
28,800 per year.
It's like,
No, we get 75%.
it's like 2,400 a month.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep.
All right, well, let's start with, and you've approved both of these as to their form.
Yes, Verizon had some sample ones they used. We kind of used what we prefer for the county and integrated those, and as Mr. McClure said, we went back and forth a little bit with them. He's reviewed the agreement. There were some things we asked for, as he mentioned, for cleanup and fences, they've approved too. I've reviewed it, and have.
And so
no issues with
this is
form.
amicable to everyone?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Good enough, well, let's do them one at a time. Can we have a motion to approve the right of entry agreement with Verizon?
I will so move.
And I will second.
All those in favor?
Aye?
And the tower site sublease agreement, is there a motion to approve that?
I will make that in the form of a motion.
And I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, don't leave, I need to talk to you after the meeting. So the last thing we have is, there are two vacancies on the Solid Waste Authority. I knew of one, and we just recently had a second one. So, it's an important board, they do a lot of important work. So if anybody's interested, please, mail or email our chief clerk. What would that be, by the 20th?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 20th, so we can then approve it the following week. Speaking of that, I don't think we've gotten anything on tourism yet. Nobody's applied that I'm aware of.
We have, a couple people have expressed an interest.
Yeah,
We
but-
do not have a firm application, so
So
we
we're gonna keep that open till the 20th as well, I
Yeah.
guess is
we
where I'm
will,
going
we
with
will hold the vacancies on the Recreation and Tourism Authority open until the 20th of September.
that. But we would encourage people to get those letters, and
Yeah.
people have talked to me about it too, right?
Uh,
But nobody's
We,
actually seen
actually,
it.
we need a letter, we need an email, we need something,
Something.
we need something tangible.
So
so-
that is hanging out there too.
Showing your interest, so.
All right, That's all I have on a new business. Do you have anything?
Very briefly, I had mentioned, not at the work session at our prior meeting, there was an update on the election suit. It is the Raff Zimmerman case that had to do with where absentee voters and ballots needed to go. I had mentioned that a favorable decision for us had come in, however, it could be appealed to the Supreme Court, and the petitioners in that case did appeal to the Supreme Court. That is gonna be submitted on briefs, and those are currently due, so probably within the next few weeks, we'll have an update on that case. And then as a reminder, September 20th is the upset tax sale, so anyone who received any notices on delinquent properties, arrangements must be made by September 19th at 4 o'clock in order for the property not to be exposed to tax sales. So,
Thank you for that, Heather, because you would be surprised how many phone calls we get, like within the last 12 hours of that thing, to intervene for some reason or another. Hey, Heather, the other question I had for you, and I know it's on appeal, but the case you referenced, what exactly is the current status of the law?
the current status is that we can count everything at the county election site.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yes.
Okay.
This
Thank
had to do with the dating of
No,
No,
ballots?
this is
is
a
not
different one.
dating,
this is
This is
separate,
them
yeah.
saying that all mail-ins had to be distributed back to.
Back to the precincts and counted at the precinct level, okay.
That's totally ridiculous.
There, it has become tiresome to keep track of election lawsuits, I'm sure, much so for
Yes,
yourself.
and I would anticipate, similar to our last presidential election, we will have a flurry of them coming again soon. But this one, yes, I think our arguments are very strong. We've joined in with essentially every other county and the Department of State in their support of
I
it
don't
as
want
well.
to say anything disparaging of lawyers, so, but they tend to find a lot of extra time in an election year.
Wow, he's good for one a day.
That's right.
Anything else?
No, those are the two.
All right.
Thank you, solicitor.
Anything for the good of the order from the board? No?
No, thank you.
All right. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
And second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
aye.